Hi guys, Troy here with Albright Adventures Outdoors. We're gonna go on another trap line check today. Just wanted to do a quick run through and see if we got anything. First off, again, we're starting over here by the chicken coop. Gonna check on that live trap. And it looks like nothing in it. So let's go ahead and move along to the wood line. See if I can adjust my camera here a little bit. Got similar EDC on today again. Just got a little bit different gloves on. And since we're out of the muzzleloader portion, I don't have my Blaze Orange on anymore. Last time I wasn't going out with the intention of actually hunting deer. I was just keeping an eye out to see if they were coming through, and then I would consider changing up my plan if I saw them from a distance. Because then at that point I'd come back and take my 22 back, but because it's illegal to go hunting in the woods for a deer with a 22 on you and a apparatus for killing a deer along with that, because they're afraid you might try to use the 22 mag. Sorry, I had a phone call come through, forgot to turn it on airplane mode. Anyway, pick up where we left off here. How's that? There we go. So we getting up here to my first trap by the woods, by the hoop house, and it's got nothing. And let's see here. It's got a little chilly today. It says it's 32 degrees out, but it feels colder. Yeah, second one has nothing. See if I still got bait. Yeah, still got bait. I might actually chum the area with a little bit more, but let me check the rest of the traps first. Sometimes you got to put a little extra feeder around them on the ground so they'll entice them in, and then they'll grab it while they are being greedy. Kind of an interesting correlation that greed is a trap. Because raccoons and possums get greedy with that food, and they'll just try to pick up every little bit they can, and that gets them caught. Yeah, we got more deer tracks almost in the exact same spot as last time. They really do frequent this exact little corridor here. And nothing in this one, and I didn't reset the other one after I caught a possum the other day. It's still got some in it. And then this one right over here, you can kind of see how it's disturbed. The possum snapped the trap and then did a little circle. And it's just a little foothold trap. So I got to reset that today, and also I got my bulb auger bit in for my drill, which I also have an old hand crank brace and bit style drill that I'm going to try first, so I don't have to worry about did I get a battery, because it sucked to get out in the woods setting traps and forget to bring a full battery. And that's for a dirt hole style trap. That's usually for coyote and bobcat or fox, which we got a bunch of those, and I got to start trapping them, but the traps I got so far don't really target them. But while we're here, I will get set up real quick. Bear with me. Got my chum. Just in my bag here. It gets a little stiff at freezing temperatures, but it doesn't quite freeze, which is handy, which means the smell isn't going to freeze as easy. That's something really important. That'll, a lot of the liquid type chums or lures freeze up in the really cold temperatures. So just a little scatter around. Let me get that back on my loop. All right, and this little guy. If you can't tell, right to the spot right here, there's a game trail that walks right through the woods right there. Let's see if I can line up with it. Right along there, I don't know if you can see that partial little indention in the leaves. That's actually a little dirt path. And the game animals just track right along, right up through there. So just off to the side of it here is where I have my little trap set up. So when they're on their little trail, they'll catch wind and bump right over and get in my trap. Most traps you don't want to set directly on the game trail. I mean, some people might, but for me, I prefer not to, because they will a lot of times catch things that you're not intending on catching, because rabbits go on that trail and they're not a predator, so I'm not majorly concerned about them. Plus our rabbit population in our general area is kind of low because of the comeback of all the predatory birds. So, can't tell here, this is just a simple little trap. It looks like that dog is stuck. There we go. Okay, and traps are real simple. They have a main spring setup. All traps that are the ones that I use have a catch system, which would be the jaws, the main levers for the springs that drive it, or I guess some people call them drivers. There's a little tab here that's called a dog, and then you got the pan, and it's got a little notch on the back of the pan. So to set this, I actually have to do this with my feet. I just step on each one of those little ears. This is a coil spring style. And then you flip that dog over the one jaw. Let me position here. Flip the dog over the jaw. And then engage it. Sometimes it's safer to engage it under that other jaw. And then you can let go. So if you look at this, now that we got it all together, it's on there. And if you need to make it a little more sensitive, you put your thumb under this floppy jaw and push the pan down slowly, because if this snaps, you're not going to get caught in it. Which, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to severely damage you. So it's right down to the last little bit on that, and just barely hanging on to that dog. So, I want to scatter out my debris and dust here. Like last time, I just set the trap down and literally just kick some leaves over it. This is not a super professional way You don't want sticks here and stuff, but while the dirt is moist and all that, it's hard to bury your set. But with possums and raccoons, it's not as big a deal because they don't notice that as easy, at least not in our area. So I just need to bring some more up to cover my chain. Now, just take that, spread our chum right on those leaves over that pan. Nice to make sure some kind of falls down below your dog and stuff, because the possums and raccoons will still dig down in there and try to get that. So they'll dig through all these leaves and try to get it, and then they'll end up hitting that trap. And that's all I did last time when I caught them. I know it's kind of the lazy man way, but as you can see right now on camera, you don't really see any of it. And raccoons and possums aren't as skittish of traps as other critters are. If you were setting this for like a fox or a coyote, you got to be real careful because they see anything man-made and they get a little jumpy. But yeah. Just an unassuming little pile of chum there. Got that one rechummed. I'm gonna work my way out of the woods now and chum the last couple. I need to put a little chum in that live trap. We got a little bit of connective tissue and remnants from my deer processing that I tossed in it because they like that stuff. So figured I'd throw that in, and it's making sure I'm not wasting anything from the deer. I'm gonna use the rest of the deer carcass and stuff I don't use off of the deer for setting coyote traps. Because the deer was healthy and didn't have CWD or anything like that, which, if you don't know, that's chronic wasting disease, and it's a disease that's pretty heavy in a lot of areas. And if you have an animal with that, you're not supposed to move the carcass. But that's what happens, like if a hunter shoots a deer and the deer dies but the hunter can't find it, well, coyotes and bobcats come through and eat on it. And there is a chance of catching a dog in it, but that's why we don't use killing style traps. If you catch a dog in it, then you can release the dog. And that's what I like about these style traps here, is they're a dog-proof one, because the dog doesn't quite know how to get its paw in there to get it out. And that's not how they typically do. They'll just dig for something. They don't try to pick into holes. But possums and raccoons like to. I've heard of foxes doing it, but it's real rare. Plus, I'm not using the kind of baits the foxes would usually go for. So, we got the critters in some hay the other day, and they're just surrounding it and enjoying it. And here's our last trap. Ooh, that's a soft spot in the ground. My tripod's sinking. I got a couple brand new of these so I can show you a little closer up in a minute what these style traps look like. They're about $14 a piece, but they're totally worth their weight in gold, kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't say gold, but they're worth the money. Okay, had another phone call. My dad's dealing with some plumbing stuff, so I'm talking him through it, and he's buying stuff, and so we can replace his whole water line in his house. But there, that's chummed up, and that was our last trap. But like I was saying, I got one of those dog-proof traps brand new that I haven't put in or put out yet, and I will show you that. I might do it in a different video because it's super cold right now, and I want to go in and warm up. So I think my next video I might be trying to make later today or in the next couple days of setting the traps, because I got some coyote traps that I'm setting out and bobcat sets. Sorry about the road noise. Okay, there we go. But that, and I'll show you the dog-proof raccoon traps. So I got 3 more of those, I think. Wait, two or three more of those put out. I think I got 3. That way I'll have 6 total of those dog proofs. I have 2 of those little foothold traps like I just set, but one of them is snapped and I haven't reset it. That's what you call it whenever you disarm the trap, is snapping them. I snapped them all through rifle season and just never ended up setting them back because I didn't want to have to come out and check every day during holidays. Which, if it was serious survival stuff, then yeah, or if I made money on it as a living. But this is just predator control for me. I don't do this for a living. But yeah, I'll show you guys those on my next video. And I got a little bit more trapping gear. Can show you the earth anchors and how those work. They're pretty interesting. So anyway, thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.